awake at night. Since that was the case, Homer got out of bed, determined to make a change. He put on his athletic gear that he'd bought long ago and barely worn. At this hour, only cats and dogs were still awake. He hoped the dog wouldn't spread the word about this. If no one knew, he could still give up at any time. The most painful part of change is the beginning. Homer had barely been running before he felt like he was going to drop dead.
Oh.
The dog dragged Homer back home. He thought about giving up, but giving up meant facing humiliation in the future. At this moment, Homer's pride was exceptionally strong. He had the dog continue dragging him out to exercise. Homer couldn't believe he'd actually persisted this long. He just kept running, seemingly burning through all his energy. He went to the convenience store and asked what could replenish his energy. Apu skillfully pulled out the junk food Homer usually ate, but Homer rejected it all. Then he noticed the energy bars displayed on the shelf. Homer grabbed one, ate it, and ran for another half hour. He ran all the way to the gym. He took off his clothes, adjusted the weights, and lay down.
Ow! Ow! Oh, I'm feeling this. Ow! Ooh, my head's gonna be sore in the morning. Ow!
At this point, Rainier couldn't stand watching anymore and decided to personally coach him. He shouted all kinds of motivational slogans. Surprisingly, this actually worked on Homer. He'd persisted for 2 months and even developed muscles. Homer fell in love with this feeling. Every day he'd admire his muscular physique in the mirror. His muscles could even burst through his clothes. The family was shocked to see Homer like this. Homer could even lift Bart up with one arm.
Damn right.
Now Homer ate energy bars like they were meals every day. He even complained that the food his family ate was unhealthy. Influenced by Homer, Bart also came to the gym to work out. At this time, 2 employees from the energy bar company arrived. They wanted Rainier to climb Springfield's highest peak with the energy bars. Rainier flatly refused because climbing that mountain was suicide. Bart overheard their conversation and found the employees. He mentioned that Homer ate $50 worth of energy bars every day. The employees thought about it. If Homer ate the energy bars and climbed Springfield's highest peak, the marketing effect would definitely be great. So they found Homer to discuss climbing the murderer's peak. Homer's heart skipped a beat looking at the mountain before him. The employees said it was the one next to it. They continued turning Homer's head to the right. That was the mountain he needed to climb. Homer went home to pack for the climb. Abe suddenly rushed in to stop Homer, saying he'd die there, just like he had before. It was winter 1928 when a cookie company sponsored Abe and McAllister to climb the mountain. Just as they were about to reach the summit, supplies ran out. So Abe gave all his food to McAllister. As a result, McAllister seized all of Abe's supplies and climbed to the summit alone. Abe fell from 8,000 meters up the mountain and landed on a pile of rocks. Because he was physically strong, he was fine. But Abe never saw McAllister again after that. Homer didn't believe a word Abe said after hearing the story. He still insisted on climbing that murderer's peak.
Hey, my head has ear flaps.
Soon Homer began his mountain climbing feat as scheduled. For Homer's safety, the advertisers hired 2 Sherpas as guides. Several hours passed and Homer had been climbing for a long time. Due to the high altitude, he could only constantly inhale oxygen.
Dad? Shouldn't you save a couple bottles for when you're a little higher?
That evening, Homer called home to report he was safe. Meanwhile, Bart sat on the roof with binoculars observing Homer. In a flash, Homer was lying in the snow asleep. Suddenly, his body started moving on its own. It turned out the 2 Sherpas were dragging Homer up the mountain. When Homer woke up the next day and saw he'd climbed so high but wasn't tired at all, he called the Sherpas to continue climbing.
Tiki nila, tok yamongoy.
Tiki kang bay, tep-tok tilum kitok.
Evening came again, and the Sherpas continued dragging Homer up the mountain. During this process, Homer's pants were scraped off. Only then did he discover they'd been dragging him up the mountain.